The following is a paid commercial program paid for by Williams Television. WEWS assumes no responsibility for its content.
Welcome to the podcast, which is all about the world of television, shopping, networks, and infomercials. Are we on the air? I'm your host, Sean Wilsey, and for over 30 years I've hosted shows on cable shopping networks, and now I want to be your guide into this world as we look at the ever-changing nature of these industries. Botching the introduction is what I get for waiting too long between episodes, I guess. But anyway, I wanted to open actually with that little clip there, that little disclaimer, because I'm going to be playing a clip from an infomercial in a second here, and that actually was the television station that was playing the infomercial that the audio is going to be from. That was their disclaimer, and this was in 1991. And this is when the industry, the infomercial industry, was just starting to realize the vultures are circling, meaning Congress and the government, they're looking at us. And so we need to start self-policing before they get involved. And one of the things television stations started doing, kind of seeing that same thing, was they thought, we got to cover our butts. And so we're gonna get a little disclaimer out here. Now, the theme of this show, though, is about tricks of the trade, so to speak, and things that television shopping networks and infomercials do to a degree don't do anymore, and that are what the industry calls inside add-on games and price games. And I'm going to explain what those terms are. Anybody in the industry has heard those terms for decades now, but if you're outside the industry, then you might not know what we mean by that. And frankly, I find them to be very effective when used correctly. And I have examples on a list as long as both arms that would say, yes, they do work. Now, there are many people that say, well, you upset customers with them, so why would you do them? I'm going to give you some examples to kind of explain this. And I want to start this infomercial. This goes back to 1991. This is Ron Popeil and his first infomercial for his food dehydrator. And this was really his first infomercial, period. He had not gotten into the infomercials full-blown just yet. The host on this, or hostess, as she's introduced, there's a few things that date this, is Charla Rhines, who incidentally, as we're recording this, just returned to ShopHQ as a host a few weeks ago after being gone for 15 years maybe. So she will be the voice you hear. Let me get this audio going here. Let me make sure we are patched through. First, the show opens. Okay, I guarantee that is, what is it called, Network Essentials music. They were the clearinghouse. They provided a lot of your infomercial and TV shopping network music. Well, and all over television back in the day. It was cheap to produce. I think even some news themes came from these people. But anyway, it's opening with a little montage of some of Ron Popeil's inventions. What can incredible inventions do for you?
You'll find out on this exciting program.
Ooh! Okay, I'm not going to play the whole thing. What happens, though, is Charla Rhines gets introduced. She comes out, and she begins by in fact, here, let me just play the first part.
And here's the hostess of Incredible Inventions, Charla Rhines.
Hi. Thanks, everybody. Welcome to Incredible Inventions. Nice for you to all come. We have a great show planned for you. As a matter of fact, now,
again, remember, this was back when infomercials were designed to look like talk shows. It was designed to look like a Donahue Oprah thing. You had the host, you had the guest, and a studio audience that was sitting there, supposedly just watching the show called Incredible Inventions. Now, Charlotte's reading a list of Ron Popeil's inventions.
Buttoneer, Popeil's pocket fisherman, everybody knows about that one. We also have the miracle broom, kitchen magician, miracle brush, the bottle and jar cutter. Anybody recognize? Okay,
that goes on and on for a little bit. I'm going to fast forward so we can start talking about some of the reasons for this. One more clip I got to play real quick, because she brings out Ron Popeil and she asks him to introduce him about what kind of things he's working on.
Nice to have you here. Welcome.
Nice to be here.
You are a busy guy.
Sort of.
If you could, well, he's busy. Could you maybe tell us a few things that you're up to? What's going on?
I'm coming up with new products all the time.
I bet you are.
In fact, I have a new one over here I'd like to introduce to you and our listening audience and viewing audience. It's called the Drain Buster, the Ronco Drain Buster.
It's a fancy plunger.
And the reason that I made this particular product over here or got involved with it was because of these guys over here.
He holds up two
I think we all know
ugly
something about these.
plungers.
Why do people hide these things?
Because they don't look good.
They don't. Good answer. But you know, when you use them, especially the lady of the house, and I really designed it for the lady of the house, when she used...
Oh, boy. It wouldn't do that today. Designed it for the lady of the house. Yes, I made a plunger for the lady of the house. Oh, boy. Anyway, that's just a little side thing. It does kind of date these a little bit when you are introduced as the hostess, and the plunger is designed for the lady of the house. But again, he's here for other reasons, and so I'm going to fast forward a little bit because we have to kind of analyze the infomercial first, and then we'll kind of go through because he's got to set up. Part of a good presentation, any presentation, is the setup, especially a demonstrable item. So we're going to skip ahead a little bit to listen to Ron just kind of set up the food dehydrator. If you've not seen it, again, it's a series of plastic trays, stack one upon another. You put in beef or fruit or, well, he'll explain a million different things. And it dehydrates it over the course of about a day and a half. I bought one once, literally never used it. Literally never touched it.
Pineapple, the dried watermelon.
So, Ron, why did you invent the Ronco electric food dehydrator, beef jerky machine, yogurt maker?
First of all, I didn't like additives and preservatives in my food, and a lot of people don't like additives and preservatives in their food. And I happen to love beef jerky. And you know how darn expensive beef jerky is today?
Terrible. Through the roof.
You go out and in fact, I went out and I bought this yesterday, $2.29 for 1 ounce of beef jerky.
There's nothing in there.
That's about $36 a pound. And with the Ronco electric food dehydrator, you can make your homemade beef jerky for just around $3 a pound. Any kind of meat makes good jerky as long as it has no fat on it.
Okay.
Just give it to the butcher to slice thin on his machine. He'll do it for nothing.
So how do we, it's got to be complicated.
No, it isn't. You buy a bottle of soy sauce. Most people have this in their kitchen already.
Right.
And we also buy a bottle of liquid smoke.
Okay.
You mix them together. You soak that thin sliced raw meat for just about 5 or 6 minutes.
That's it?
Put the meat on the tray, plug it in. A day and a half later, you have beef jerky for just around $3 a pound.
No.
Okay, that is classic. That's textbook product setup. Anyone wanting to know how to do this for a living, just do what he just did. Problem solution. Wanted healthy snacks. Wanted to save money. It's just, that is classic. It's just, where's my applause? I mean, that is perfection. That is product setup, which again is going to lead into the demonstration. You saw him say how easy it is to use. Again, so we've set up the product. And in a good price game, add-on game, you have to have a good setup. Now, I'm skipping ahead to the 8-minute, 38-second mark of the infomercial because by this point now, he has set it up. He's demonstrated it. Easy to use. It's just, this is textbook.
Now, another reason I made the electric food dehydrator was because when I went out to buy one, they cost between $170 and $400. I bought one last year. In fact, it was a 4-tray machine right down there, right?
Okay.
Charlotte picks it up.
And this is what I paid for it, $170. And it's
this, by the way, in the advertising world is called anchoring. It's a term that we use in the advertising world. So you're anchoring. You're establishing a foundation on which this value is about to be built. And so if you ever see someone on a shopping network show a comparison ad, it's a similar kind of thing. They're anchoring their value. And again, we still don't know how much this food dehydrator is going to be.
4 trays. Our machine is 5 trays. You get 20% more. And we sell our machine, and by the way, it's American-made. It's not made in Hong Kong or Taiwan. It's made here in the good old USA.
Good.
It comes with a recipe book in every package.
Okay.
And we sell them. In fact, you can call our office in California. We sell them for $129.95.
It's not bad compared
There's
to,
a sticker on the box that says that.
Well worth it for the money you save and for by giving your family just nutritional food. It's just sensational. Here today on Incredible Inventions, you're not going to spend $130 for it.
Okay.
In fact, I have a price here today that'll knock your socks off. In fact, you're not going to spend $119.95 as we have when we put them on sale. In fact, you won't spend...
He just held up an ad from, again, generic publication, who knows if it was real or not, showing it selling for $119.
$109.95. or even $100 for it.
Okay, $99.95 is a great price. Great price.
No, you're not going to spend $99.95, and neither is our viewing audience.
Good.
Not $89.95, not $79.95, and not even $69.95 like
Man's
you're thinking.
crazy.
Here on Incredible Inventions, if you help us advertise it by just telling one friend about it, all you'll spend is $59.92.
Would you tell a friend for that?
Again, textbook. I mean, I'm the first to play audio and criticize it. There is nothing there to criticize. Not one thing. The only thing that maybe dates it is, again, Charlotte said, the man's crazy. Crazy is a word you can't use on television anymore in these setups. We've been told that specifically as hosts by several bosses. No, you can't use that word anymore. Anyway, but no, that is textbook perfection. That's a price game, in essence, in its rawest form. He's dropping the price. You're not paying this, not paying this, not paying this, not paying this. One more thing, and then I'm going to get to the home shopping clips because, actually, I think I just keep going from here.
Wonderful.
I've got even more for you.
Okay, good.
For those people who get the machine and promise to tell just one friend about it, and so our company can get some word-of-mouth advertising, I'm going to give everyone that gets one the Dial-O-Matic food slicer absolutely free.
That's the add-on. He is giving you this free gift. And by the way, there are legalities anytime someone says free gift. It has to be something that is for sale separately at a certain price point. And he does sell those separately, so that is legitimately a correct use of the words free gift. Again, there is nothing to criticize there. Absolutely nothing. Now, how do the television shopping networks work with this concept or these concepts? Let me start. I have some old audio and then some new audio. This is audio. Home Shopping Club. This was back when there was still Home Shopping Club. I don't have a date on. Oh, yes, I do. 1988. 1988. I don't know who this hostess is. You know, I think they used to at one point, didn't they introduce Vanna White as the hostess? It was like, here's our host and hostess, Pat Sajak and Vanna. Now it's just, here are your hosts, Pat Sajak and Vanna White. I think that's how they do it now. But anyway, so here is the woman hosting this edition of the Home Shopping Club, and she's going to do a very similar thing. Now, remember, back in these days, when an item came on the screen on a TV shopping network, it came up with the product description on the top, phone number on the bottom, retail price, showing what the retail was, again, anchoring it, and that was it. You did not know what the television show price was going to be.
Look at this, everyone. This is a designer link. Now, I'm going to get fired if I do that again. I'm not allowed to do anything. You just have to know this is a designer link. You know the designer names? You see the bags that have the G's all over them? You know that designer name? They're very popular with leather goods. I should
explain. She's showing what is an anchor link or a mariner link, gold, 18-karat gold chain. So that is similar to a Gucci link, which is what she's dancing around.
This is the designer of this neck chain, okay?
And again, the graphic came up saying 18-karat gold necklace, 20-inch designer link, 18.7 grams, retail 1,200. To buy gold for that price today, I would back up my car and fill my trunk. Anyway, retail value $1,284, and nothing listed for the Home Shopping Club price.
That Italian name, that's right. And it's a... Does that? No, Julie, that's pretty bad. Here you have $1,284.95. That is so expensive. Now, how about if we did it half price? It would be $642.50. That would be good. I mean, a 50% savings on a designer name. $642.50. We're not going to do it for this morning. We are going to take it lower than half price. Are you ready? $505. $505 is your Home Shopping Club price. And think about this, club members. You're picking up on a designer name. Now, this is excellent that we can take their price so incredibly low. And you know what you're doing in the retail market? Not only are you paying for the gram weight, and this is a very heavy-weighted chain, not only are you paying more...
Bring that audio down just a little bit because she's not done. She's still establishing value, which is... Boy, I was loud there. Sorry. Her audio's weak, so I had to bring it up as far as I could. But again, she's establishing value. She's taken the price down once. She's still establishing value.
Okay, pay those extra prices. So now we can even make this more affordable for you to pick up on. Got to be honest, though, I only have 25 of these in the inventory. That's all we have to go around. If you've always wanted to own this designer link, you can do it this morning. Now, I have 2 minutes to go until I have to take a station identification break. What we'll do is give you the opportunity to dial in throughout that time. Very inexpensive when you consider how much you're going to be paying anywhere else. If you can pick up this design, think about
And I have to apologize. I thought she dropped the price again, but no, that was not a great price game. Oh, she does. Hang on. I jumped the gun here. See, that's how good she was. I thought she was done.
we're taking an ID.
All right, we're going to bring this way down under.
Okay, good.
I want to take over 100. No, not that far.
No, you don't want
That's 75 we'll take on.
Okay, cool.
426.50.
That's the rock bottom.
That's it.
$426.50. Now, he's taking this off on a designer link club members. I mean, this is...
Okay, so she did one more price drop there. I kind of thought so. Man, show prep is a great thing, and I really should do more of it. And what QVC did when QVC came along is they were the first network where the graphic comes up and boom, here's the retail value, here's our price. There were no more price games. That was done. And frankly, the customer kind of got used to it. You remember QVC became big by buying CVN. CVN used to do price games. CVN went off the air when they got bought out. And so the whole notion of the price game kind of went the way of the horse and buggy as far as HSN and QVC goes. When I was at Value Vision, later Shop NBC, again, you know that whole story there, we did them early on. We did them a lot, and I will still argue very successfully. And then they went away, and then they came back, and then they went away. And then they came back, and then they went away. It's one of those things that's come back and gone a few times. Now, JTV...
And then I had it this past weekend on one show.
Still doing them as well. ShopLC does them on every item, as many of you know. JTV will still do them on occasion. And just to give you an example, let me just skip ahead a little bit.
What I'm going to do on this right now is only for tonight, and I'm going to say don't miss out. And it all coordinates back.
She's showing a gemstone bracelet again. No price on the screen. Nothing. Just the product description, no price.
All of the items, if you want to do, look at that with tanzanite. Oh my gosh. With turquoise. With solid silver. I do not want $400. I do not have a wait list on this because if so, you're probably going to be waiting another 3 or 4 years to get this back in stock. It has a major gram weight.
She's really building the value. This is what this is called, building value.
Plated, and it is 5 diamond rating. I mean, nearly 20,000 customers to date over the last.
Really building value. Still no price on the screen.
Have made this a purchase. And the crazy thing is I feel
minute
like
10 into the presentation.
Because the bracelet is
no price.
$329.99. However, what we are doing tonight is not going to be $329 or $200. So this has been offered for 8 years. Now listen to what I'm about to tell you. 8 years. We have nowhere near the sourcing 8 years later that we had back then, because it's not available. But what I do have is an opportunity to open up the world of this amazing, natural, untreated black gemstone that has more reflection.
Really building the value, really justifying this price. She's doing a good job.
What we are doing tonight on this, as a thank you for shopping, $286.99. Yeah, y'all can still get in on that super buy. I hope. Woo, look at all the new customers we're registering.
I just can't get past the use of y'all on television anymore. It's broadcasting 101. You're talking to one person. You don't talk to a group. Anyway, just another example of a price game being used today. Now, the second I posted on Twitter, I still call it Twitter, yesterday, as I'm recording this, that I was going to be doing this show about price games, one of my former coworkers immediately said, they just don't work anymore. And he brings up a good point because of the internet, because you can go online and check prices. And I understand that argument. I will say this, I still see them work successfully. Now, ShopLC has a slightly different system where if an item is on air live, you can't just go to the website, punch in the item number, and see the price, because they want you to buy from what they call live TV, which is actually really smart then, because in fact I'll since I am back there, I'm going to use myself as an example. I don't like to use myself on the show as an example, but I'm going to. We had a ring the other night that we took down to, I don't know, $19.99, whatever it was, $1,999. And the second the live presentation ended, if you punched in that item number on the website, it was back to like $6,000, whatever the regular price was. So, yes, you can still do price games. It's just your price on the website would be better off if it doesn't reflect what the price is going to on the actual item. Now, and again, some would argue, well, you're going to lose customers doing that, and I would throw back, but the sales you get from doing a good price game, and what we played were good examples of that, can offset that. So I do strongly believe there is a place for a price game. I want to go back to add-on games for a second. How much time do I have? Yeah, I got some time here because I have maybe the most brilliant example of an add-on game ever. And again, it is a Ronco item. And whoa, that came through loud. It starts off with Ron Popeil and our friend Steve Bryant introducing what looks like is going to be a replacement knife for a drawer full of knives. It is the 6-star...
Into the knife and why it's such a great value. I want to introduce to you my daughter Shannon, my other daughter Lauren.
Here to the opposite end, it's one solid piece of steel.
Chef comes out.
The handle's covered by the same guarantee. It will not crack, chip, or break ever. And if anything ever happens to that knife, this is the strangest part. Let me show you this guarantee.
Chef comes out and starts demonstrating this knife. So we are 3 minutes into the presentation. He's still demonstrating the knife. 4 minutes in, still demonstrating the knife. Now, he's taking the price down. I'm really fast-forwarding this. So, he's taking the price to $39.99 for that knife. $39.99 for that knife that he spent 5 minutes demonstrating. Wow! Love that. $39.99 for that knife. Oh, why is Ron Popeil's daughter coming out with a silver platter?
3 cents. How does that sound, huh?
Hey, Cousin Arnold, my dad wants everyone to have one of the sportsman's knives.
Oh, this is my favorite. You guys are going to
So now, you're not just getting that knife that we just spent 5 minutes looking at. You're also going to get this knife that we're seeing for the first time, the sportsman knife. Who knew that was coming?
What's that?
Arnold, my dad wants everyone to have a bread and bagel knife.
Oh, hang on now. So, we're 7 minutes in, and now it's not 2 knives. It's a 3rd knife to cut bread and bagels. Oh, my gosh, and the price is still only $39.99. That can't get any better than that.
My dad wants to give everyone the chop and serve knife also.
This goes in the package also?
Right.
Wow. Okay, so now we're 8 minutes in, and now we're getting 4 knives, and that price has stayed the same, $39.09.
Don't tell me there's another one.
My dad wants to give everyone the garnishing knife.
Listen, I have so much fun.
Okay, I'm getting tired. We're 9 minutes in now, and now we're going to get the garnishing knife as well, and the price stays the same, $39.99.
Yo, you gotta be kidding.
Here you go.
Everybody knows what this is just by the length of it. You ever go to a carving station?
Oh, well,
and there's a guy
carving.
with a knife that costs $150 that he does nothing with that knife.
Okay, so yeah, they've added in this carving knife and a fork, you know, that you like use. So we're up to 7 knives now for $39.99.
Knives you got 4 of them.
4 of them.
Oh, 4 steak knives are now being added in. We're 10 minutes into the infomercial.
$19.95. Am I right or wrong?
That's right.
Okay, so if we add that in, 4 steak knives, we now have 11 pieces of guaranteed cutlery, all for just 3 payments of $13.33.
Well, there we go. That's it. That there can't be anything more. What Ron's talking.
Come on with me, Arnold.
What?
I mean, Ron, you give any more than that, they're going to call you Santa Claus instead of Ron Popeil.
Right. Let me review first what you're getting over here.
Ron, look. I don't know if that was ad-libbed or not, but even Ron just looked at the guy like, what the hell did you just say? Let me take over this.
You get my Showtime knife, guaranteed, never...
So anyway, so he's recapping all the knives that you're going to get. Now he's adding in scissors. and we're still at $39.99. We're 12 minutes into the infomercial.
There's even more. I'm going to, oh, here's a knife that you'll really like. This is my chef's knife. These knives are really razor sharp. That's pretty sharp.
Okay, 12 minutes in. He's added in that. Oh, wait.
It has that real
This is a cleaver.
steel. It's triple riveted, full stainless steel.
So now we're up to, I don't even know how many knives we're up to, but he's added in the cleaver. That has to be
about these knives. But wait, there's more.
it.
Over
Wait.
here I have my cheese knife. I love this knife.
Ron's
It's
going to cut the
designed to
cheese.
cut
Yes, I have the sense of humor of a
without the
12-year-old.
cheese sticking to the blade. Over here I have.
Okay, so,
I'm not finished yet. Wait.
Wait.
It's going to get better. Here I have my
14
professional
minutes
fillet
in,
knife.
and the
After
fillet
designing
knife.
it, I brought it to Alaska. Watch these people.
14 minutes in.
Over here,
Oh, there's more.
we have a boning knife. Now, this boning knife,
Okay, again, I've lost track. So now we're up to that, and the sharpener.
21 pieces of the finest stainless steel cutlery, all for 3 payments of $13.33.
Hey, Steve Bryant's out here now.
What do you think of that?
Ron, you're right. It's your greatest value ever. But I look at the steak knives, and I know you better than this. What if you have company? You have more than 4 people.
I love this!
Well,
I love this.
I see where you're going with that. Let me
Yes.
solve the problem. I'm going to give everyone that calls and helps us advertise it by telling their friends about it. I'm going to throw in 4 more steak knives. That will give you 8 steak knives.
8 steak knives. 25 pieces. 15 minutes into the infomercial.
For just 3 payments of $13.33.
Right. And amazing. That's about $1.50 each. Can you imagine getting one of these for $1.50? Impossible. If you help us advertise this,
I love this constant. If you tell a friend, help us advertise. Yeah, that's much. Oh, we're adding in. I'm sorry.
It's the Showtime solid flavor.
The flavor injector. I love this whole, tell a friend. That's a lot more, beneficial than advertising in front of millions of people. So by the time all is said and done, you're 17 minutes in to the infomercial. And they finally have completed everything. Now, can you imagine if they had just started the infomercial saying, here's 20-some pieces, and then just started demonstrating all the different knives? It would not have anywhere near the effect that it does taking all this time to build and build and build. That's why the add-on game, some people call them add-in games, whatever, same thing, does work, and it can work very effectively. Plus, it keeps people interested because they're constantly watching. It's like, okay, man, I can't believe this. Every good product, and if you're listening to this in the car and you have little kids there, I'll give you warning. You can skip ahead 15 seconds or 30 seconds. Every good product demonstration like this needs to have that holy shit moment where you can't believe what you're seeing. It's the price, it's the number of items added in, whatever it is. And what I've played here are all good examples of items that have that moment where you just can't believe what you are seeing. And that's the effect of a good price game or a good add-on game, whereas just starting with everything revealed doesn't have the drama. It doesn't have that holy-ass moment that building a presentation that way does. So, we could argue back and forth all day. Are they still effective? Do they still work? Some are going to insist no. I'm going to insist yes. I think that they work very, very well when done correctly and not overdone. It's something that you can't overdo. You can't do it on every single presentation. But when you select the correct items to do it, it can be done very, very effectively and very, very well. And I think that there's some good examples there. So, please subscribe wherever you get your podcasts so you don't miss a show. Plus, you can listen to all the archive of the past shows. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and any app that plays podcasts pretty much has this. And I hope you'll check me out on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube at Sean Wilsey, on Instagram at SWilsey. Also, I do have a Facebook for this show. You can find that as well. Thank you for downloading this edition of Are We On the Air? This has been a King Bobby production.
Yes, I know, Travis. That's why we give such bargains.